In this video, we'll discuss how to generate a Slack message using ChatGPT and then sending that Slack message to a stakeholder. Let's dive in. So jumping into the fleet builder here at Shipyard, we're going to start with generating the message using ChatGPT. So we can look for our ChatGPT blueprints here, and then we generate a message. So we're going to name this generate Slack message. And although this is going to be a specific, or this is going to be a Slack message, this could be used for any messaging service, could be used for a text message, anything like that. We're just going to use Slack since we have that native blueprint built in the Shipyard here. So for API key, we need our OpenAI API key. So I'm going to grab that real quick, paste it in there. We're going to switch from email to message. And then you can see we have a few options here in the middle that aren't required. You do not have to put those in. I just wanted to put all those in there for customization so you can make the message be exactly what you want it to be. So we're going to skip impersonating this time. Excuse me. So we're going to put a casual tone here. So the recipient, we're going to do stakeholders. The sender, we're going to say is me. Prompts, we're going to say that the pipeline has an error and we're working on a fix. And then we're going to save this as message.txt. So the use case that we're doing here is that we want to be able to like have a Slack message generated saying like, hey, the pipeline, something's went wrong with the pipeline. We're working on fixing it, to kind of stop that onslaught of messages coming from the team every minute saying, hey, like, is something wrong? Like the data doesn't look right today. So, you know, all those messages that come in, if you can just get in front of those and have a message that posts saying like, hey, we know something's going on. We're working on fixing it. That can save you a lot of time as you're trying to fix it versus having to respond and fix. So that's kind of the use case we're going for here. So that's going to generate that that message in ChatGPT as message.txt, that text file there. So now we can go to our Slack blueprints and do our send message here. So we're going to do send Slack message there. So we're going to send this to a channel. We're going to send this to our Slack testing channel. Of course, you can send it to any channel or send it to a specific user in a DM if you'd prefer to do that. You can still ping a user in this as well. So you can send it to a channel and ping a user. We're not going to do that here. And for our message, we're just going to keep it simple and just do our text. And that was message.txt. So what this is going to do is it's going to embed that message from ChatGPT, and that's going to be the sole message that goes to Slack. You can send something before it, send something after it. If you want to, we're just going to keep it simple with just that. We need our Slack API token. There we go. Paste that in there. So now we can connect those together. And so again, what we're doing here is generating the Slack message with ChatGPT. If that's successful, sending the message onto Slack. So let's name this fleet, generate Slack message with ChatGPT. There we go. Now we can click save and finish. So this is going to take us to a page telling us that the fleet has been created successfully, as you can see here. And then I can click run your fleet. So when I click run your fleet, this is going to begin a fleet voyage inside of Shipyard. And so it's going to take us to our log page here. And so on this log page, we're going to get a vessel by vessel breakdown of what's happening in this voyage. And so we're going to be able to see that in a Gantt chart here in the middle of the page. Then we can also see that in the table view down here on the bottom. So you can see our status icon, the log ID, the vessel name, last run, retries, build runtime duration, so on and so forth there. And so while this is starting to run here, we can pop over to our triggers tab and show the other two ways that you can kick off a fleet run inside of Shipyard other than the run now button up there on the top right-hand corner. So we do have a scheduling trigger where you can schedule hourly, daily, weekly, monthly. And then we also have the ability for you to send a webhook to start this fleet, so you can programmatically kick off these fleet runs as well. So something cool that could be used here as well is we also have webhook parameters where you could send parameters through the webhook to this fleet as variables. So, you know, you could set up basically this as, you know, as this sends like message to this channel, and you could call this webhook multiple ways, you know, and take it different places in different fleets so that you don't have to keep recreating this little two vessel flow. You can just call this one webhook and let that message get sent to the Slack channel. So just some different use cases there that you could potentially use the webhook trigger for there. So let's pop back into our logs, give it a quick refresh here. And you can see our fleet's kicked off. You can see our Slack message has already been generated by ChatGPT, and it's been saved to that message.txt file. Of course, you can use that message.txt. You know, you can use that anywhere downstream. You could actually attach it to an email. You could attach it to a Slack message. We think it's going to look a lot better whenever you just embed it inside of a Slack message versus actually attaching it as an attachment or attaching it into an email as well. So we'll just wait just a moment for that second vessel to kick off here. And then we'll have our Slack message sent to our Slack channel, which you can see it just kicked off here. So you can see there's that yellowish orange color that denotes that a fleet is running. If it's green, it means it completed successfully, and then red means it aired out, obviously. So you can see that just finished. So let me pull up my Slack here, pop it up on the screen. So you can see in our Slack testing channel, you can see here's that message that was just sent at 2:31. Hey, stakeholders, just wanted to give you a heads up that we've run into a little snag with the pipeline. Don't worry, though, we're on it. Our team's actively working on a fix, and we'll be back up and running in no time. Thank you for your patience and understanding. So the reason I like this use case, especially, is that, you know, this is something that's gonna, like, you're gonna have to send this message out multiple times. It's never fun to type this message out, and so you could set up a flow that just sends the same message to your team every time an error occurs. But if you attach ChatGPT to this process, it allows you to send a little bit of a different message every time, which is going to add a little bit of personality to this message. That's not a fun message to type out, but it adds a little bit of personality, which can help, you know, bring trust in your team, so they know that, you know, that you're not just sending it like just this automated same message every time. That's something a little bit different, which can be great for your team. So in this video, we discussed how you can generate a message to stakeholders using ChatGPT and then send that over using Slack. If you have any questions about this solution or how you can use Shipyard in your organization, use the link in the description to set up a time to chat with our team of data experts. If you want to see more tutorials like this one, check out these related videos.